All right, what's up, guys? Market's open, and we've got Square up, INSG, INS, NBEV, NVIDIA up a little bit, Match up a little bit, and Acacia just gets destroyed. Why does Acacia get destroyed? Downgrades. Lovely. That's probably a good time to buy Acacia. Hopefully. I mean, let's see. Duplicate. And maybe we'll go down. Maybe we'll form a channel like that, but not good things coming from Acacia. All right, NBEV. Yesterday we had, where is it? Stone had a pretty good day yesterday. Tried itself at all-time highs, pulling back a little bit. I think it has to be expected. We've had all these volumes here kind of in line a little bit, except for this big crazy one here. This volume, just a little bit decline. But Stone holding up pretty good. What's up, Eli? All right, INS continuing with days, holding higher here. It's holding higher. Yesterday was a pretty good sell-off day for INS. You could see the very elevated volume. I believe that's the second biggest day, probably in its history, outside of its IPO day. Usually hard to beat the IPO days. NBEV. All right, still going pretty flat here. Nice and flat the past week or two. Obviously, earnings. I think this is tomorrow before the market. The day after tomorrow before the market. So Friday before the market. So tomorrow's your last chance to not buy NBEV before earnings. Chesapeake. All right. Working okay. Market's holding tight, 0.3%. That's good. We just need a bit of follow through now. I'm not sure what happened with Acacia. Well, actually, they had a downgrade, but we'll see if it bounces back. Don't see a reason for a downgrade. 200G inoperability. Wow. 200 gigs, guys. Eli, that's about as much as you need to do your programming. That's how efficient you are at your job. You need dedicated to your desk a 200 gig pipeline in fiber. Quantum fiber. That's what it is. It's quantum fiber. Ooh, Morgan Stanley downgrades. Acacia. Oh, I thought it was 2. Okay, it's just Morgan Stanley. But it lifts price target by $6. Oh, 38 to 44. It's at 53, so whatever, Morgan Stanley. You just want more Acacia. And Bev C-Trip holding still nice and tight. Starting to maybe try to break out of this. We had a little trend line. Probably can redraw that as such. I was trying to think of something faster than fiber. That's all I could come up with. I'm like, I know fiber is not the end to everything. It's probably going to be good for a long time, but I know it's not the end all. So I came up with quantum fiber. There you go, Eli. I should just go patent that. I wonder if that website's available. Quantum Fiber. Quantumfiber.com. It's probably an insulation company. Oh, it's for sale for $6,000 or 12 monthly payments of $608. Man, the domain names have become ridiculous lately. Whoa. You all right, Ethan? Yeah. Did you break a clavicle or something? I think you broke a spleen. A femur? String fiber? Strings are already fibers. Anyway, what's Fortnite doing? Lower. Take Two, Workday. Workday not bad, holding up pretty nicely. This Fox probably has one of the more intriguing charts at the moment. Base on base pattern. Looking like a pretty nice setup here on the weekly and on the daily. Not quite ready for prime time, but looks pretty good. EDU pulling back. Trade Desk, TTD, yesterday finally had a down day. Not sure if that's good or bad, but it's on our channel line. And a decent high volume day yesterday. We had a red day here. My dad jokes are as expected. So, yeah, I think dad jokes is something that's encoded in our DNA. Whenever you start making jokes with your kid, you don't want it to be too overt. Eli, you've heard some of my non-dad jokes, so I think I'm safe in that category, but I think when you're talking to your 8-year-old, you don't want him to be oh, I'm proud of it. As a dad, you become proud of things you wouldn't be proud of. It's kind of like a beautiful cocoon forming into a beautiful butterfly. And all the other caterpillars are like, you suck, look at you flying around like an idiot. And I'm like, you just haven't come out of your cocoon yet. You don't quite understand, but anyway. Thank you for thinking of me, Eli. Thank you for thinking of me. And that's also a good dad joke, by the way. Good dad joke. Beautiful, bold butterfly. That's such a bad analogy. I wonder if INSG down here wouldn't be a decent little low risk reward trade. Yeah, pretty much. I'll give you dead. You probably typoed dad, but I'll give you dead. I'll give that one to you. 12%, 3%. Want to see Acacia come back. Match up 1.35%. That's good. All right. So far, 3 days of higher lows, so that's good on match. All right. What's working? We got coal. Ooh, coal. Is coal trying to work? Coal's trying to put in some work, y'all. Look at that. Look at that day today.
Where's coal?
Coal's right here. Warrior coal. The volume declining on the weekly, that's pretty good. On the daily, getting a couple pocket pivots. We have one here. One here, obviously, after earnings. One there. One there. Hold on, guys. I need to get some water. All right, there's water. Yeah, Warrior Coal not doing too bad here. NIO. Why are you still on my list, NIO? I guess it is a global watch list. Toll Brothers gapping up. What are the home builders doing today? Boot yesterday, we noted getting with the program. Actually, the day before we were breaking out. Today is a nice breakout day for Boot. And let's see if it is going to actually be a breakout day. It's possible. We got to keep that volume going, though. Leading my list today as well. NASDAQ going flat on us. All right, looks like Boot wants to do something. So get some IBD stuff on Boot. Make sure their fundamentals are still pretty sound. Oh, it's free access week for MarketSmith. Nice. Excuse me. I'm gonna play with some MarketSmith for a week apparently. All right, let's look at Boot. Up 71% next year earnings, up 14% the following year earnings. 83 EPS, group rank 13, SMRB B composite 89. Return on equity 13%. It's not very good. They're not considering that this large base of cup and handle. It's probably way too deep. 52%. So this would just be a move up. Boot's all-time highs appear at 31.81. Not too bad. AMRN not doing very good. Acacia coming back a little bit. Let's see if it'll actually come back or not. How's C-Trip doing? Holding pretty tight. GMed. Trying to get out of this little mini cup and handle. I don't think it's anything technically. 1, 2, 3. Would qualify as a flat base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it were actually a flat base, this technically would be week 1, 2, 3, and then this should be a breakout week if that's the case, because you're because this is not included in the base, so your breakout would have been already. So there you go. Decent volume yesterday. Not quite a pocket pivot, but looks pretty good. Good pocket pivot off that bottom right there, though. That's some nice elevation on GMed. Then we had Cron with earnings yesterday. Looks like it's continuing. 320. Yeah, yesterday before market, it had a normal day, And then today it's selling off. That's the second time we've seen. Square did something similar. Oh, Square selling off today as well. They had earnings and then they had a big day on earnings, then sold off. Hasn't come back since, really. Trying right here, but not really getting on with it. So definitely choppier times than we would like. Man, my throat is dry. All right, Stone pulling back in. Good day yesterday. Maybe this thing will continue out, but so far the market's not really participating in too many large rallies. Coal's still not moving. That's a big gap down. Wonder if they'll bring it back some. Garmin. Bam. Trying to break out into highs. Already selling off. Give this one some space. But keep an eye on it. 1599. Yesterday was definitely a pocket pivot in Garmin. So that's good. Seeing some institutional accumulation signs here. Day after earnings, or 2 days after earnings even, maybe. So let's see, we had a nice gap up, and they've been really tight since. That 20%, only about 13, 14%. Is that a double bottom base? Looks like a double bottom base. Yeah, breakout up there about 23%. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not sure if it can do another 20%, but yeah, coming up on 100 anyways. Hundred would be 16%. Per the large number rule, that would probably pause around that area if it does continue higher here today. Garmin, most of that came on that pop. We haven't seen a lot of action. It's been very tight. The same. If you go to the bottom here of this following day, outside of today, it's been in the same 5.34% range, going all the way back a month. So we'll see if it can get some momentum, but the market isn't cooperating currently. Not very good for them. And the market turning red. You saw a lot of my list was green earlier. Now it's red. Looks like we're selling off a little more on the NASDAQ. Trade desk undercutting that channel a little bit. GMED pulling back in. What's NVIDIA up to? It's been pretty promising lately. A little choppy, looking a lot like the index. See the down day. That weird candle, and then today's candle. CGC not doing much. Stone pulling back through the rest of the base. And that's it. Acacia. Other than Acacia, which looks like it's finally starting to come back. Could be a nice gain there on Acacia, just kind of getting back up here towards that 56 level. 6, 7%, 5%. It's not bad. It's kind of a median point of 56. Man, my throat's dry today. And volume's not super heavy either. It's heavier. You can see it's already about a quarter of yesterday's volume. Morning, Nick. My throat is dry today. Must be shifting to summer air here in Arizona. And Acacia coming right back. There we go. NASDAQ up 0.25%, reversing position a little bit. I know it's only 20 minutes into the trading session, but that's not a bad sign. Warrior Coal has been kind of poking at its breakout point here. See right there, you got a cup and handle. Oh, this will probably qualify as a double bottom base. I think we discussed that a while back, and that would be your actual breakout point. Yeah, cough every minute. All right, so let's look up HCC and MarketSmith. And, yep, they're calling it a double bottom base. Same buy point that I've got. That's good to know. In good company there. And I don't know what's going on with this one. EPS next couple of years are negative 34 and 35% sequentially on an annualized basis. Return on equity of 82% is ridiculous. That's really good. Really good. All right, let's see what else MarketSmith's got. Let's pull up MarketSmith. Let's play around in MarketSmith. It's a good tool. It's a very good tool. But they want like $120 a month for it, and that's a little too much for me. None breaking out today. Recent breakouts, Arista Net. Lots of recent breakouts. Near pivots. Double click. Double click. There we go. Cup and handle. Cup and handle. O'Reilly. Alexion. PFPT with an interesting chart right there. Huge flat base. Darden Restaurant Group. What are you doing? Mutual funds increasing. This is number of funds. March. This is every quarter. So it's been increasing. Increased a lot in the previous quarter. Third weekly base. So it's a little extended. Cup with handle on PCAR. That looks interesting. Earnings aren't spectacular. There's our buddy Fortinet. Earnings only 13%. Funds increasing there by about 20%. That's really good. Where are you going? Okay. Let me go back to that one. HRS, interesting cup and handle there. I didn't know Dell had IPO'd for the 9th time. And Cintas. Not bad. Aerospace, defense, industry group rank. There we go. Finance, insurance brokers, computer, software enterprise. Look for something on the come up here. A wholesale office supply, only one company. That's pretty slim pickings there. I'm gonna take that off the screen there. Market coming back down. HCC back down as well. Acacia doing okay. 3.5% now. Trying to get back after some BS downgrade by an analyst. Wow, mortgage related 6 months ago was like the worst of the worst, 179. That's almost bottom of the barrel. Same with mining, gold, silver, gem. 6 months ago was 195. Now it's ranked number 6. Solar energy has been one that's been coming back pretty nicely. Wow, insurance brokers holding up really nicely. What are their stocks? More more red on my screen here. Skyworks, AMRN, continuing its onslaught. NVIDIA. No, it's not NVIDIA. Pulling back. Looks like Match is making a debut in the green. Oh, I guess it was already in the green. It's going back to the red. Okay. Forget what I just said. C-Trip. Still holding up highs. That's some good strength for C-Trip. Let's look up C-Trip. I don't have any chart pattern, but EPS next year -3, the following year 33%, which is pretty good. Funds have been declining in C-Trip. So over here, number of funds, so March 1100, 1141, 1083, 996. So they've actually been actively selling this name. What else we got? So you can see the EPS. Looks like it's going to get better next year, supposedly. Earning stability 57, which means they're a little volatile on the earnings side. Cash flow, management owns, banks own, funds own. Travelzoo leader in their industry group. I don't know what Liberty XP. Oh, short interest is 17,000%. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, C-Trip here holding its own. About the only thing that is. Warrior Coal also holding up pretty nicely. Nice little bull flag gets forming here. And again, let's look this one up. I'm not quite... really not too sure about owning a stock like this, but... yeah, some good EPS ratings occasionally. Funds owning stocks are basically flat. No banks, 1% of management, 75% owned by funds. Earnings are negative the next 2 years by 35%. It's hard to see them roaring into a new rally, but maybe there's something about coal I'm not sure of. Oh, my body goes to sneeze and my throat goes, nope. Just closes that right down. I don't think I'm going to hang out that much longer. It's hard to talk. I got to get a humidifier in here. Yeah, so it looks like just another boring day. C-Trip may, I don't know if the market actually flips a little bit. C-Trip may start moving. It may start from here. Yeah, not a whole lot is going on. C-Trip showing some overt strength, however, holding up nicely in this market. Volume's actually pretty decent. Not expecting a huge day like this, but maybe you could get an average volume day, kind of something like the previous day, the day before yesterday, like right here. Already at nearly 1 million shares traded, with an average of 5.5. So, yeah, I am going to get out of here. It's hard to talk. We'll get that humidifier in here. Match.com. Basing up here as well. Towards highs. Yeah, so look for the ones holding up. Hopefully the market doesn't fall apart on us today. Hasn't really built a lot of confidence since the drop on Friday. So we'll see what happens there. But I don't like these choppy days. I'd rather have these kind of more directional days. But it is what it is. Yeah, I'm going to get out of here, guys. Yeah, work on this humidity in the room. All right, man. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.